Hey there, fellow Lachiners, past and present. Glad you're all gathered together to celebrate the 70th birthday of my very good friend Larry Brown. My gosh, how long has it been since we've known each other, Larry? I think it goes back to around the end of grade one. That's 64 years? Amazing, isn't it? Larry, you've been a great friend. I really appreciate you. I always felt that you had my back, that, you were on my side. And I think things were really great between us. Well, let's say 98% of the time. Because I do remember one occasion, I think I was in grade four, when something happened that wasn't really, positive. And Larry, you see, when he was much, much younger in grade school, he could be a bit of a needler. I have no idea if he's still a needler, but he was then. And unfortunately, in my case, well, like I am still now, I was a little overweight. And he used to get at me about that. He used to needle me about that. And eventually it got to the point that really bothered me. And so one day, I think it was at lunchtime, going home for lunch, he was bugging me, and I said, "Hey, you know what? That's enough out of you. I don't want to hear this anymore. Let's settle this once and for all." And I was trying to get ready to, have a fight, and but before I could get set, he goes wham, oh, right in the midsection. Oh my gosh. I fell to the grass and I was rolling around and I was winded and I had no idea what was going on. And before I could, kind of get things together again, he was gone. And where he went, I have no idea. But he took off. Now, I'm not saying Larry's a sneaky person, but I have to say in that, one instance, he was. He was sneaky. Um, Another thing about Larry that I think almost all of us would remember from his days, from his school days, is that there were a couple of things that he was actually pretty passionate about, and he was always doing these things. They were hmm, they were biological things, okay, and gas was involved. Yeah, and one of them, it wasn't really like an oration in terms of him like making a speech or something, but he opened his mouth when he was doing it, and it could be extremely loud, and the timing, the timing was just absolutely right on most of the time, uncanny. It rhymed with welching and started with a B. Well, now you know what it is. It was. I have no idea if he still does this. I well, sometimes we can't help doing it, can we? And the other thing was uh, also involved biology and another part of the body. um, was really quite an art. As a matter of fact, this other thing that he did, that it rhymes with art. Maybe you could guess what it is. Yeah. And ooh, there was aromas. There were aromas. Ooh, not pleasant, not pleasant ones, I must say. Um, and again, the volume, both in terms of sound, sometimes it can be heard for like blocks, um, and just the sheer amount of gas that came out. I think it could probably flow through a national pipeline or something for a couple of days. I mean, it was amazing. Yeah, that was our Larry. But on the real positive side, he was someone that people confided in. You know, if you wanted to know if any member of the opposite sex was interested in you or not interested in you, just ask Larry. He knew. I don't know. You know, he protected his sources, but he was better than the CIA. I mean, impeccable. Always accurate with that information. Um, and really good mechanically. Like anything wrong with your car, anything wrong with your like stereo or something, he was really good with his hands. Really good with his hands. A lot of people also told me that. um, in summary, I have to say, Larry, you have been a terrific fellow to know through all this time. I haven't seen you in about, like, let me think, 16 years. When we all got together that time in Lachine or Dorval, you know, with Bob Kilgore and Earl and yourself, and it was great. It was a great time. I really enjoyed that. And you know, in the early days, some people might have said, Larry Brown, he's a clown. But in the end, he's a true friend. And I would say, Larry Brown, you're a man of renown. Happy birthday, my friend.